you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I. Just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground. So we can fly again. So we can fly again.
Hello all, we're back again, the winning team, as we keep on being. We're against European Top Speed Racing tonight. Their last one's just joined. I'm not going to do it, to be fair, Marcus. I forgot and I can't be bothered. I've just been fixing up the last things I need to do for stream. So yeah, you can do it if you wish, Marcus. That's absolutely fine. 2 competitive races, 2 wins for Decorus so far. In fact, if you want to go technically, 4 in a row if you go individual races, but events, it's 2 in a row so far. Let's hope we can make it 3 in a row, 3 of 3 for Decorus tonight. It's Spain, it's 50%. It could get a little bit boring, just a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm looking forward to it though. I mean, our lineup for tonight: KMK, Thomas, Skinger, Tolly, Dan, and Sam. And their lineup for tonight is Edgar's, Deluxe, Cormac, Sharpie, and Feel the Power, but spelled with a PH. Oh, and Cameron there. So, what do you mean about time, Colonel? I've been live for about 5 minutes, if not longer. Although it says only 3 minutes on Twitch, I've been live since like 3 minutes to on my end. Okay. At least that's what it said. Transmission counted. Yeah, no, I just checked on Twitch there, and I was looking at Streamlabs though. Streamlabs says it started before that. I don't know. I believe we're ready to go whenever. I'm not sure what's happening with them. Cormac's just asking if we're streaming it, which we are. The Harvey's already responded. Look, we're waiting for drivers to ready up, I think, and then we're going to be good to go. Also, if any of you have missed it, if you bear with me a moment, I can get you a link for what is there we are. I'll lock it in chat. I'll also make it a command. I've got to do that. There we are. You can now go and follow Decorus on TikTok, because we're on TikTok now. You know, because why wouldn't we be? Why wouldn't we be? You know, it's something that any self-respecting team should be doing. So you can now go and follow us over there. There's already a couple of videos on there from our first race in GXE against GRT. Some funny clips from there. And there's a few more to be coming out that Harvey has been working on. And probably by the time we have our next race, I'll have another announcement ready. If not, it might come out before then. So keep an eye on our Twitter if you don't already follow our Twitter. Make sure you go and drop that a follow, and keep up to date with everything that's happening. Sorry, I'm just trying to log into the Decorus account here, and I need to get a code off the email because it's annoying like that. There we are. Looks like a couple people readying up now. We should be good to go. Is this an open? Shush, Tom. Shush. Right, let me go and make that a command. Oh, not search, I need to add. Oops. Cheers, Colonel. Cheers. There we go. The Twitter one should work now. Well, there you are. It's got an arrow there for some reason. I'm going. Why is that there? It's not. I don't know. I say back up the pack before the safety says it cognitive. I don't think we'll be going with that kind of race strategy tonight. Just in. I don't think that's the logic we will be following. Just for today. Hello, Matty. How are you doing? Deluxe and Cormac to watch out for. Righto, I will be looking out for them too then. And we're in the lobby now, so I'll switch over to the in-game view for you lot. And oh, the music stops there. I forgot about that. And we'll be waiting for people to come out into the pit, out of the pit. Sorry, around Catalonia. Oh yes, Tom has been doing some brilliant scouting. No, this is a single 50% for TRC. It is short quality 50%. GXE 2 short qualities 225%. Which, in my opinion, the 225% is a better format. Gives you a better opportunity to have a bit of a comeback if you struggle at one track or whatever. But you know, 50%. It's a longer race. Strategy becomes much more important, and you know, we seem to have some good engineering, especially as you saw last race around Bahrain when we saw the swap with Harris and Sam to have the driver with better ARS at the back so they could fight. And ETSR in the white cars tonight. Cormac first one coming out to track, and Decorus in the blue as normal. Cormac almost touching grass there on his exit of the pits. One weird assist in this league, this championship for some reason, is DRS assist turned off. It's a bit of an odd one, to say the least, but it probably could be a difficult one for drivers to get used to because they're so used to just having DRS assist on anyway. Because I believe it's something that everyone just has on because it means you can forget about it and it's not really an advantage at all or a disadvantage. In fact, I think it is a slight advantage to have it on. Just ever so slightly, because DRS opens exactly on time instead of when you tell it to. But we've now got 3 of the ETSR cars out on track. Decorus on their way out now with one of the cars, not me, that 2. And we'll get to see what the speed of everyone's going to be like. It looks like Cormac is going to be setting the first lap of the session. He's got a bit of a gearbox glitch, so you know, I'm gonna try not to have that be so loud on stream because the gearbox glitch sounds awful. And there he's off. Down the main straight he goes into the sharp right hand turn at turn 1 where we saw Max Verstappen do a bit of a dive on Lewis Hamilton the other day. Hopefully that could happen today in the race. Now through this long right hand turn, which is pedal to the floor. That's the end of sector 1, a 21.2 for Cormac there. Now through sector 2, right hand turn all the way through, then a sharp left. up to a tricky left turn coming up soon here, where we saw Mazepin spin in real life. If drivers struggle to get the power down on the exit there, or put it down a little bit too early, or make even a slight mistake with traction, would not shock me to see a few cars go spinning there today. Now that's the end of Sector 2. 49.7 there for Cormac. Mazepin pin. Yes, Mazepin pin. Now through Sector 3 up towards the chicane, which is, again, a lot of people struggle with the chicane and want it removing from the track. Understandably, Cormac's struggling with it there quite a lot, taking that last turn very wide, taking a lot of curb, and all the way through to cross the line with a 16.1. First lap of the session comes through as a 16.1. I'm not sure who's next. It's one of the ETSR drivers. Edgars is going to come next. The two behind him, Cameron and Feel the Power, have both invalidated their laps. Then we have Decorus driver. I'm not sure who though. Is it Dan? No, it's not KMK either. Who's on a hot lap? Is it top? It could be someone who's not on a hot lap, to be fair. We'll stick with KMK for now. Dan's just invalidated his lap. Now through, KMK goes towards Sector 3. Get that curb on the outside now, and on the inside don't take too much. Just about takes enough, maybe a little bit too much actually, hitting that yellow sausage curb that's on the corner. And that's a 14.6 from KMK, second and a half quicker so far. Let's go and watch Mr. Tawley. No, we won't, he's just invalidated. Edgars on his way around. We saw him start his hot lap before, so we'll see him finish it now. Just coming through the final turn. He'll cross the line. It's looking fairly good. It's going to be a 14.8. Big improvement on his teammate, but still not above KMK. What will Deluxe do? Deluxe is invalidated as well. What about Dan? Struggling a little bit on that left turn. Maybe too used to the new track layout around turn 10. Now through this right hand turn, where we'll probably see a few drivers off track around there. It's just, we almost saw Dan there as he almost cut the gravel. He's just invalidated his lap. Struggling in that final sector. Tawley going to be going again for another hot lap, so we'll stick with him. Maybe not actually. Skinner goes through on those mediums. Let's keep an eye on Skinner, see what he's going to be able to do on those mediums. He may be able to beat Cormac's time, to be fair, looking at the times so far. Maybe high 15s on the mediums would be where we should expect Skinner. About a second behind KMK. We also have a few drivers on out laps currently, Feel the Power and Decorus Thomas on the way around. So we'll get to see what their ability is going to be like soon. Tawley probably is going to be either heading into the pits this lap, or he'll go once again for one more hot lap. I'm not sure which one it'll be, but we'll catch up and see what he's doing in a second. We'll just see what Skinner's going to be able to do through Sector 3 now. Through the chicane, don't want to take too much curb on that right hand side. He doesn't. Now through this final turn, what time will he set? It's going to be one of those high 15s. It's a 15.6. Almost exactly a second behind KMK, just as I expected. Feel the Power on their way around now in the white and green car. Struggling a little bit on the exit of turn 9 into turn 10 now he goes. It's a sharp left up this bit of a hill, and then this curb on the left here. You can throw a lot of drivers off. He's a little bit wide coming through, passing his teammate now into the rest of Sector 3 and the final chicane. Goes through. Running low on fuel by the looks of things. Gonna have to be careful of that one. It's looking fairly decent. What time will it be? It's going to be a 14.8. Just behind his teammate, but still in front of Skinner at the moment. Cameron looks like he's going to be going for a hot lap. So we'll stick with Cameron for now. Actually, no, we won't. We'll go to Thomas, who's a bit further around on track right now. He's on the mediums as well, just like Skinner was. So we'll stick with him and see what kind of time he's going to be able to set on these mediums. He'll get a little bit of a tour from Dan here. Dan moves to the side to let him through. Good teamwork. Thomas keeps pushing up this hill through into Sector 3. Let's see where he's going to be able to put himself. Torley and Dan have both set times now. Both in the 20s, so I'd imagine that they were just banker laps to have set a time at least. Thomas still on his way through, and he crosses with a 14.8. Rapid on those mediums. Absolutely rapid on those mediums. Not too far off the pace of Feel the Power. Only 3/300ths off even, and Sharpie is out in Sector 3 at the corner where I said drivers would struggle. He spun out, I'm assuming, up as Deluxe very nearly did there, losing a bit of traction on the exit at turn 8. Oh, 7 actually, I think that is counted as. Losing a bit of traction, almost losing the car into the wall. Skinner has retired in the pits after setting one lap. We'll go to Universe now, who's on those mediums. Actually, is that Deluxe? No, it's someone. Is it Cormac? Cormac, yeah, just spun. Through turn 10. Okay. We'll go back to Universe, who's just finished his Sector 1 and was waiting through Sector 2. In the beautiful blue cars that we all absolutely love to see on track. The shininess of the blue really does stand out around these tracks. Will he get slowed down? He doesn't. The ETSR car moves out the way. I'm not sure who it is, but move out the way quite nicely. It's Cameron. Very good. Sam keeps on pushing. Keeps on pushing into the final sector. Now taking a little bit of curb on that right, just as he should, to get the nice wide entry into the chicane. Pushes all the way through, now onto this final straight. Be looking for a decent time on these mediums, and it's looking fairly good. It's going to be a 15.0, puts him P5 on the medium compound tyre. We could be seeing a few of the Decorus drivers sitting fairly high up the field on medium compound tyres right now. Is that another? Who was that? That was Feel the Power who spun out there. No wing damage, but lost control of the car through turn 1. Bit of an issue for him. Cormac as well, losing control of the car in the final sector. That is a bit of an issue. Reset a track, I'm not sure if that's allowed, to be honest. I'm not sure entirely on what the rules are for this league, this championship even. He's just going to be heading back into the pits by the looks of things on tyres that are struggling quite a bit. Thomas happy with P4 on those mediums. Let's head back up to Universe. He'll probably be heading back into the pits, but in fact, we'll go to, is that Dan? Yeah, we'll go and see what Dan's able to do. Not too far behind him on track, and he's on an out lap currently, so we'll see him head round for another time lap very shortly. Timed lap. I think I said timed lapped. I don't know. Nothing only sitting. That's fine. Well, there goes Dan. Across the line then. Let's see what he's able to do on this lap. We'll follow him all the way around through turn 1. Goes, keeps it nice and tight on the inside. Wants to switch to the left. Doesn't want to hit that curve, so you don't lose control. Through turn 3 now. All the way around. And then you're on this kind of straight section here, and then it's a bit of a sharper right that you need to brake fairly heavily for. Power down on the exit, run slightly wide to the left, and then switch quickly back over to the right before turning sharply left again into that turn. All the way through, now pushing up to turn 7, where a lot of people lose control, takes a bit of curve on the inside and on the outside quite nicely, doesn't lose power or control. Nice and tight through turn 9. A little bit loose on the exit, but gets the power down quite nicely. DRS activated. Now through turn 10. runs ever so slightly over that curb, but doesn't invalidate. Now through towards the end of the lap, this final chicane area. Wants to take the curb on the inside there, which he does. A little bit of curb on the right. Now through the final section and the final turn. What time will it be for Dan? This is going to be an improvement on his lap. It's a 16.1. Puts him in P8 on mediums. It's rare we see Dan qualify on mediums, to be fair. But it looks like Decorus feel as though they could get everyone inside the top 10 on mediums. Obviously, apart from KMK, who's already done his lap on softs. Tony moves up to P2 with a 14.7 on mediums. Showing some very, very strong pace out on track tonight. Very, very strong pace. We do have Cormac on an out lap right now and Feel the Power as well. Cormac's just starting his hot lap now. He's on the softs. Will he be able to improve his previous best lap of 16.1, which was also on softs? So we've got Thomas, Skinner and Sharpie currently out of the session. Sharpie retired on track, losing control in that final sector. And Skinner and Thomas both retiring in the pit, happy with their time so far. Both of them setting their times on mediums. And Torley just putting an absolute rapid lap in on mediums as well. 14.7, which means he could get into the 13s on those softs if he saw necessary. Tom's already been on the hunt to see if a reset of track is allowed. Cormac struggling a little bit through this final sector by the looks of things as he takes into the final chicane. Now he loses control of the car. Takes quite big wing damage, but that doesn't retire him. Just before the chicane, having issues, ETSR, with downforce and grip through a lot of the circuit. We've seen quite a few of their cars go spinning throughout their laps. And there goes Feel the Power as well. He also loses control of the car. They are really, really struggling for grip. Clearly running very low downforce setups, and it's costing them. It is definitely costing them. And he goes again. Takes wing damage. That time. He didn't even make 2 corners from his previous spin. Before spinning yet again. Well, I don't see Feel the Power getting enough time to go for another lap. Unless, especially not with that damaged wing, you probably wouldn't improve. Edgar's is back out on track. So is Deluxe, and so is KMK Smith. So let's go to Deluxe, who I believe is going to be the first one round to start his next hot lap. Couple more of the ETSR guys on the way out. Feel the Power has went back into the pits. Cormac on his way back out, and so is Cameron. So we've got 4 of them out on track. KMK also out on track right now. And it looks like Harvey's internet's died. We also have another Decorus car on the way out of track. Let's see who it is. As Deluxe comes up to pass them. It's Torley. He's coming out on softs after already setting a 14.7 on mediums. Deluxe pushing through sector 1 then. He's going to set a 21.0 through the first sector. We'll stick with him through sector 2. And we'll keep an eye for any spins. And up through turn 7 now. Will he lose control of the car? He doesn't lose control of the car. He seems to be a little bit slow through the exit though. Now through turn 10, up towards that final sector, and he invalidates. So Deluxe will not have time to set another lap. Cormac's just crossed the line to start again. Let's go to KMK though, and see what he's capable of. Just finishing sector 1 there A little bit off his previous best pace, clips a bit of the grass, and I think he's going to abandon that lap. It looks like he is. Tawley sticking with his time. Edgar's invalidates. What about Cameron? Cameron's still on a hot lap, and so is Cormac, so we'll see what these two can do. Cameron a 10 slower through Sector 1. What about Cormac coming through Sector 2? We'll stick with these two. Keep flipping between the two of them and see what's happening. We're doing pretty good, Harris. We're doing pretty good. Just to show you, we've got Tawley in P2 on mediums, Thomas and Universe in P5 and 6 on mediums, Skinger in P8 on mediums, Dan in P9 on mediums, KMK holding pole. So yeah, Cormac has invalidated his lap there as well. Cameron is their last hope. What will he do? Through Sector 3, loses a little bit control of the car on the exit of the final, well, coming into the final turn I should say. He slows down, 15.8, doesn't improve, doesn't want those tyres by the looks of things. So KMK will be taking pole position at Spain with a 14.6, Tawley P2 on those mediums, the 14.7, Edgar's in P3, Feel the Power in P4. Both of them on softs. You know, they've got Thomas in P5, Universe in P6, both on mediums. Cameron P7 on softs. Then you've got Skinger and Dan, both on mediums, and P8 and 9. It's all turned on. Marcus, it should just save. Then you have Cormac on softs and P10. Then you've got Sharpie and Deluxe, who both didn't manage to set a time. And as we saw quite a lot throughout that session, actually, the ETSR cars struggling for grip throughout much of the circuit. It could prove an issue for them come the race because they might see some early retirements that they don't wish to see. Also for this championship, damage is on reduced, so we shouldn't really see any retirements, if any. But it wouldn't shock me to see them with the way their cars are being reacting. Maybe they're just having a bit of bother putting power down too early or any of these kind of issues, but yeah. We'll head into the race. Formation lap is on. They'll have a little bit of time to work out their strategies and what compounds and things they need for the race. Obviously, a lot of Decorus starting on mediums, so that's kind of an advantage in terms of Spain. To have drivers, well, at least drivers on alternate strategies, as we know KMK is. But yes, definitely get hyped. It is a 50% around Spain. 50%. It's only one race in this championship, not two. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. We've got a lot of Decorus drivers on mediums. In fact, all but one, and the one who isn't is currently holding pole, and that is KMK Smith. And the session will be starting in about 15 seconds. ETSR guys readying up. None of the Decorus guys are though. There's Skinner. And there we are. Beautiful new blue cars on the track. 33 laps. We will have to go through around this track. And let's just check what those tyres, those two outside the top 10 have went for. So Sharpies went for mediums, Deluxe for hards. It's interesting. They've at least got, well, they've got drivers on all three strategies then now. Decorus only on two, but we'll get to see how this is going to pay off for them. And there is Tawley, who I would really say has pulled off a fantastic lap to be sitting in P2 on mediums in front of a lot of, well, what were soft runners in terms of at least Edgar's and Feel the Power behind him, both on softs. You've also got Cameron and Cormac further down, who also set their times on softs. I would say going into this race, it is definitely in Decorus' favour right now. To have the drivers have that pace on mediums in qualifying is outstanding. It is outstanding work by the lads. It just shows that practice is paying off. And Decorus probably, I want to say, on for 3 of 3. Right then, they'll be reforming at the grid. Looks like Edgar's kind of holding up the pack a little bit. A little bit further behind Tolly than the rest. And then again, Cameron. Not Cameron. Yeah, it is. Cameron holding up the rest of the pack. Making their tyres a little bit cold. Okay. We'll get thrown back to KMK, so I'll just go at him anyway so we don't get a camera jump. And then we'll be able to see lights out. We'll sit on board with Tolly on these mediums, see if he can get the jump on KMK early on. They're revving up now. And it's lights out and away we go. Tolly with a really, really strong start already on KMK there, getting alongside, going in front actually before turn 1. Edgar's trying to squeeze through the 2 as well. One Decorus car running slightly wide at the back there. Edgar's on those softs trying to get round on the inside of Tolly through turn 1 and into turn 3 now. Tolly holding the lead. Edgar's P2. KMK's falling at P3. Thomas P4. Youngverse P5. And it looks like one of the ETSR cars is slowly falling down the field. I believe it is Field of Power. We now have Decorus in 1st, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Edgar's holding P2. You've got Skinger and Dang who fell a little bit at the back down to P10 and P12 against those soft runners. But the strategy will probably hold out throughout the rest of the race, so it's not of concern right now to lose a couple positions against those on faster tyres because you'll just take them back on the pit stops. Tolly being able to take the lead of this race. Very, very good move and strong start, definitely. Edgar's with a very, very good attempt at least at Tolly early on, passing KMK as well in the process. But then you have a chain here of 3 blue cars. Decorus looking very strong coming out of this first lap. You can, okay, no worries. I'm sure if just at Harvey in Discord, Tom, it'll let him know. If you could, that would be lovely. Now, this field not really spreading out so far. Cameron and Cormac starting to spread out a little bit, but everyone's still within a second. Everyone's still within that DRS range when it gets activated next lap round. Edgar's not really in a position to overtake Tolly, which is surprising. He struggles outside, coming out of turn 8, sorry. KMK's right on the back of him. Could have gone possibly for an overtake there, but he'll be able to get it very shortly because Edgar's is now out of DRS range. And he's going to struggle to get back in, I think, before it gets activated, coming back onto the main straight. He's sitting over a second and KMK is sticking right with him. He's not letting Edgar's feel any less pressure than he did when he made that mistake not that many moments ago. KMK keeping that pressure on all the way through. He's actually closing in. That gap is down to 2/10 and KMK not using any ERS either to catch up. He's using just his raw speed, pushing through turn 2 and 3 now. A little bit slower through that complex. But when they come to the DRS zones past turn 9 going into turn 10 and then back on the main straight, Edgar's is going to be losing out. He's a second and a half behind Tolly now. The biggest gap between any two cars in the field. There's KMK keeping that turn nice and tight. And there is a safety car from Field of... a safety car, yellow flag at least from Field of Power. I don't know why I said safety car, just kind of saw it pop up. But there is a yellow flag there from Feel the Power, who clearly spun coming through Sector 2, where we saw cars spin before. We'll go back to KMK, who was chasing after Edgar still. Didn't manage to get that pass done between 9 and 10. And he'll be getting DRS any second. And that is Sharpie as well, also spinning in Sector 3. Cameron with a 3-second penalty. KMK closing in very rapidly. Edgar switches to the outside, well, the inside of this turn. KMK breezes through, and so does Thomas, going into turn 1. Brilliant move by Thomas, sneaking through there. Edgar's now in P4, already down 4/10 to Thomas, and Universe is closing in behind Edgar's very, very nicely. Brilliant move from Thomas there to sneak up. And I think surprising Edgar's and me. Cameron does have that penalty there, you are right. Sharpie and Feel the Power, both struggling with traction. Now 3 seconds behind Dan, towards the rear of the field. Universe pushing a lot, keeping it nice and clean. Going to have a bit of DRS here. Will he be able to go for the position? He does. He's going to go alongside. And he does get himself in front. Very, very nice work by Universe. It's now a 1, 2, 3, 4 for Decorus. Edgar's falls to P5. Brilliant, brilliant work. Now, Edgar's has 6/10 in front of him. That's growing. 6/10 behind him. And then a 1.5 between Cameron and Cormac. Now Edgar's is over a second behind Universe. And look how much ERS he's used up. Cormac gets the overtake done on his teammate there. Coming through. Maybe Cormac will be able to have a bit of a better go at the Decorus cars in front. But he's still going to be 1.3 behind, and these front 4 going to be able to just hold themselves within DRS of each other. That's all they need to do. Now Skinner only 3/10 behind the back of Deluxe. Could see a move opening up very, very shortly. Down a bit too far back at the moment though. Cameron has those 3 seconds of penalties, which if Dan's able to close in a little bit, he'll be able to jump him on those pens anyway. Skinner going to be starting to reel in Deluxe a bit. And also Edgar's now over a second behind Cormac. So 5th, 6th and 7th will not be getting DRS on each other. While 2nd, 3rd and 4th, well, 3rd and 4th will be on that 2nd place car at least. Maybe if KMK can close it in a little bit to Torley, the front, well, 3 of the front 4 will be able to get DRS on each other. Here goes Skinner, he's going to have DRS on Deluxe, but Deluxe will have it on Cameron as well. Will Skinner be able to close in enough to get a move done into turn 1? He is reeling them in. He swings out, it's going to go, oh, he had to back off there. Them two going too wide, but he swings through on the outside of, well, inside of turn 1, the outside of turn 2, and he gets pushed off track. And almost spun. Cameron does spin. Skinner manages to keep the car. Dan passes Cameron there on his mistake. That looked like a clumsy attempt at going 3 wide, which is never going to work there. That is not going to work. So Skinner and Dan both managed to claim a place there on Cameron's mistake. Skinner hasn't picked up any damage, so he's alright. He's just going to have a little bit of grass on that front right tyre. That'll come off as he drives around the track. Nothing to worry about there at all. Skinner now needs to try and push and get himself back in DRS range of Deluxe, because he was very, very close to getting the move done there. But that attempt at going 3 wide ended very badly. And obviously saw one of their own team's cars spin. Skinner lost out a little bit there, because he probably would have had Deluxe, otherwise Edgar's in the pits. But it's fine. There's Universe and KMK switching. As KMK takes P4 for now. I think KMK will probably be picking on these softs soon, but he's in a position where he can hold DRS for now and just survive on these tyres. He doesn't really need to push too much with almost 2 seconds behind him, and that gap seemingly still growing. Oh, it's going the other way at the moment as he goes through the turn. And there it is, growing a little bit again. So it's probably holding about 1.8 right now. That is some good speed from KMK. We'll go back to Skinner, who's almost back within a second range. Probably come the end of this lap, he will be. He's pushing well on these mediums, but not wearing them out too much. Obviously, that grass won't have helped, but he's looking alright for now. Obviously, you've got Edgars, who pitted off those softs. Let's go and see what tyre he's decided to go on. He's went onto the mediums. And that is the tyre he's chosen to go on. And there's KMK in the pits. Not a surprise. He started on those softs. Cormac jumping in as well. So Deluxe stays out. Skinner trying to chase him down. KMK should be coming out probably around probably around where Cameron and Edgars is. I'm not sure where he's going to come out, whether it'll be behind Cameron or not. Never mind, Cameron is in the pits, so he's just going to come out ahead of Edgars. Skinner now back within that DRS range perfectly. He's running at 7/10 behind Deluxe. And if he manages to get past, and then if Dan closes and manages to get past, it'll be Decorus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Cormac picks up a 3-second penalty as well. I can show you tyres there. 1 sec. That way, all onto mediums. All of the soft runners going onto mediums. Thomas now within a second of Torley as well, so he's going to be able to start getting DRS. Probably helping those front few begin to pull away a little bit. Skinner within DRS range here. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to closing enough on this attempt. He's got DRS. He could use a bit of ERS if he wished to get this overtake done, but I don't think it's worth rushing. Deluxe is on hards. Skinner's probably going to be able to get it done very shortly anyway. I also doubt it, Colonel, but we'll have to wait and see. We will have to wait and see. Skinner down to 5/10, so he's managed to find some time on that straight with the DRS. I'm assuming Feel the Power will be going in this lap on those softs that are now quite aged, actually. 8 laps. He's the only one left on softs that started on softs. Deluxe currently holding P4. He started on those hards, and he's managed to work his way up to P4 through pit stops and a couple of incidents by his teammates. But he's holding it, and Skinner is closing in on a softer compound tyre, so should hopefully be able to get that move done very shortly. Sharpie picks up 3 seconds. Looks like the ETSR team having some issues with track limits. KMK seems to be going for the 2-stop, to be fair, Colonel. Skinner is reeling him in this time. He may be able to go for the move, actually. He's down to 2/10. He's going to swing out. Deluxe goes for the defensive move, but Skinner gets in front before the turn. And that is some good work by Skinner now, up to P4. Deluxe wants to fight back. We're going to have to see if he's going to be able to on those hards. 3/10 behind. Skinner managed to get it done though. Edgars 8/10 behind his teammate Cormac. Down in Pingang and 10. Feel the Power now in the pit. He's put on a set of hards. He looks like he's going for the 1-stop strategy. Deluxe struggling a little bit with grip through turn 7 and 8. Now into turn 9. How will he do? Doesn't do too bad actually. Keeps that DRS on now. He's using up a lot of his ERS compared to where Skinner is. So Deluxe going to be probably struggling in this fight a little bit, in fact. Sam needs to try and get himself within that second range, which he is. So the 3 of them at the front, well, 2 of them at the front should be getting DRS. Torley picks up 3 seconds. Currently that would just drop him down to P3. Deluxe 5/10 behind. Will he be able to actually go for an overtake on Skinner? Skinner using ERS to defend, and in fact is pulling away. these hards just can't compete with the mediums. Edgar's picks up, is that his second 3 seconds? No, that's his first. So 4 of those drivers on 3 seconds for ETSR, and 1 driver for Decorus on 3 seconds. Some good work so far by the boys in blue. Sharpie not too far behind Dan, but Dan doesn't have a penalty, so he doesn't really have to worry. Dan kind of wants to hold him up as much as he can, really, and let KMK catch up, because if KMK can catch up to him when he's already pitted, that would be some brilliant work. KMK is slowly closing in, and Deluxe there loses a bit of traction. Struggling for grip on these hards in Skinner's wake. And again, he's just struggling. Now a second behind Skinner almost. He's getting DRS still, but he's not going to be able to think of a move here. He's way too far away. Doesn't get the slipstream that you need down that straight to get the move. He only had the DRS. Sitting 6/10 behind coming out of turn 3 this time round. And Skinner slowly pulling away, which is exactly what he needs to do. Sharpie's still stuck behind Dan, but hasn't been able to get an overtake done yet. We'll flick to him for a bit, see if he has any more luck than Deluxe does. Both Sharpie and Dan on medium tyres of the same age. So Sharpie probably in a bit of a better position than Deluxe is. At least in terms of battling. It wouldn't shock me to see Deluxe end up on the same start as these medium runners, to be honest. Or a similar one. I don't know why he would do it, but it wouldn't shock me to see him pit at the same time. Sharpie only 5/10 behind. In fact, we'll quickly switch to Deluxe because he seems to be closing in a little bit. Skinner seems to be defending fairly well. Let's see if Deluxe are going to go for a move. He thought about it, he swung out, but he's just too far back. And this time round, Sharpie almost a second behind Dan as well down the straight, so Sharpie's not going to be able to make a move on this occasion. Tolly's still holding Thomas behind him for the lead of the race. There's still quite a lot of drivers to pit, over half the field, and there's Thomas picking up a 3-second penalty as well. And that is one of, that is Cormac, I think. Yeah, Cormac spun through turn 3, blocking off his teammate a bit there. Blocking off Edgar, so Edgar's does get past him, although it looks like them two could be battling for a little bit. Will Cormac try and get an overtake done on his teammate again? He thought about it. We could actually see these two make a mistake by fighting each other. Which is something they really don't need right now. They don't need to be fighting each other. They need to be working with each other as a team. There's Tawley, Universe and Thomas all heading into the pits. And Skinner joins them. I think. No, Skinner takes the lead, sorry. That was my bad reading. So Thomas and Universe both go for hards. There's yellows in sector 3. That looks like... Is that for Sharpie? Yeah, Sharpie. No wing damage, but he's definitely struggled a bit there. Cormac could be thinking about a move, but he just doesn't have the ERS to try and fight Edgar's at the moment. Skinner takes the lead of this race. Deluxe not too far behind. And that is Edgar's just swinging off track. No damage to the car, but he lost control wildly coming out of turn 2. Tawley is going for that 2-stop. He'll be going for the fastest lap towards the end, I'd imagine. Thomas going for hards. KMK still on those mediums after pitting earlier on. And Sam also goes for the hards. Dang on mediums, not too far behind these runners right now. But obviously still needs to pit. Skinner also needs to pit, and so does Deluxe at the front. I am worried about ETSR because they seem to only have one driver that's really up there at the moment. Obviously Dan still needs to pit, so he will fall down through quite a few of them. Skinger in the pits, let's see where he's going to come out. It's looking fairly good right now. We're coming up to the halfway point in the race. We're only 2 laps away from that halfway point. Skinner coming back out now. He's going to be in P5 net once Deluxe pits, because Deluxe was behind him. Although Deluxe is on a different compound, so, you know, may be able to pull off something magical. Who knows? And there's Cormac and Edgar's fighting again. They're wasting a lot of time fighting each other, when really they should be helping each other to push themselves forward in the field. Cormac pushing Edgar's to the edge of the track, and there's Cameron spinning as well. Serious wing damage on the left hand side. He'll be having to go into the pits again on this lap. Really are struggling. Dan has pitted now onto hards. He's in the middle of the ETSR team. And we'll go head back to Cormac, who looks like he could be fighting Edgar's still. These two really are fighting for position. Totally setting fastest lap on those fresh mediums. I'm not sure what lap we should expect Deluxe to pit on those hards. We saw most of the team of Decorus at least do 14 laps on used mediums. So maybe in the next 2 or 3 laps is probably where we should expect Deluxe to pit. Cormac's going to try it again. I can already tell he's going to go send one into turn 1. He's up the inside and he bumps wheels with Edgar's. They're still fighting, going through turn 3. Edgar's not letting go of this position. Cameron picks up 3-second penalty. They're going to be extremely tight through turn 4 now. A bit of bumping between the two of them. Edgar's pushing through ahead. Cormac not letting up this fight. This is not the corner you want to be going for an overtaking. He does back off a little bit now, going through turn 7 and 8. Now going up to turn 9. They're going to have Cormac's going to have DRS here. He loses a bit of time on the exit though. Didn't have quite a nice of exit as Edgar's did. He's going to go for the dive bomb. He gets himself ahead. That slowed down Edgar's a bit. Edgar's going to fight back through this tricky section going into sector 3. He's pushing through. Sticking alongside going into the chicane. Oh god, they're going to go too wide through the chicane. This is not going to work. Oh my, one of them running slightly wide, but they've managed to stick it out. Sharpie leaves the session. Edgar's slightly ahead right now. Cormac's still sitting beside him. He's not letting go of this. What is he going to do? Is he going to dive bomb into turn 1? He's a little bit too far back. Edgar's having to fight for that position. Holding P7 at the moment. But in the process of doing that, they have lost a lot of time. I believe 2 seconds to Skinner. And Edgar's makes a mistake. He hits the grass. Cormac's back in this fight. He sends himself into turn 6, sorry. Oh my god. Now through turn 7, the wheel a bit of a bump. Sends Edgar's into the gravel. Cormac hits the grass as well. They're still fighting. Cormac's off. He goes for the escape road. Oh my god. Edgar's holds that position again. Cormac's still within DRS range. Somehow. Despite taking the escape road out of turn 9. Now into sector 3. Well, this final chicane where they went too wide last time round. Edgar slows a lot, making a mistake in that chicane, almost making Cormac go into the back of him. And they've lost another 2 seconds to Skinner because of this. What are they doing? Cormac going to go for this position again at turn 1. He dives on the inside of Edgar's. Edgar's back on the inside through turn 2 and into turn 3. Cormac fighting, a bit more bumping between the two of them. They're side by side still. Edgar's not wanting this position to be giving up. He's fighting for it with everything he's got. Squeezing Cormac on the inside onto the grass. Cormac going to come through. He's going to be behind Edgar's coming through turn 5. into turn 6 here. Cormac still sat behind. Edgar's through turn 7 and 8 there, going into turn 9. Cormac picks up 3 seconds again. Throughout this fight, they have lost a total of 5 seconds to Skinner. And there is another car spun. I'm not sure who that is. I think that is Cameron, struggling on those softs. Weirdly, this is the most entertaining fight of the race, and it's between 2 teammates. Cormac still pushing for that position. He wants it. He's not giving up. He's using the little bit of ERS he has. He's using. Edgar's also out of ERS. They're going to be bumping down the straight. Cormac ever so slightly ahead going into turn 1. They're going to go wheel to wheel again through turn 1 and 2. Into turn 3 they go. Edgar's slightly behind now. He runs slightly wide through turn... bloody hell. Turn 3 exit. He runs slightly wide. Cormac takes the lead of this battle. And he goes into the grass. He makes the same mistake Edgar's did a few laps ago. Cormac wants to hold the inside line, but he's too slow because of that grass. Edgar's gets himself ahead. Cormac slots in behind again. What is going on? It's actually quite some quite good battling between the two of them. But they're getting a little bit clumsy, and they've lost 7 seconds to Skinner almost. Cormac fighting Edgar's consistently. Cormac only 3. He's going to fight again. He's got a little bit more ERS this time. He's going to fight it on the straight. Definitely. Although he's had a slow exit to the chicane. Maybe not. He puts his foot down. ERS activate. He's using it all. DRS is on. He's pushing. He's going to go for it again. Edgar's still got a bit of ERS. He swings extremely late. Edgar's still leads into the first turn. So that leaves Cormac on the outside of turn 2. He swings ahead going into turn 3 though. Now the lead car, Edgar's going to be pushing back using the ERS he has. Going to go up the inside going into turn 4. He does, he gets ahead through turn 4. Although Cormac has still got his front wing alongside Edgar's rear wheel. Cormac slots in behind going through turn 5 now. This is some fantastic battling. Cameron's out the race. Safety car. Safety car. Coming through turn 9. Cameron lost control of the car. And he's went into the wall on the right hand side here. Perfect time for Deluxe to pit there. Tolly's staying on those mediums. We're seeing a few more drivers going to pit. So Thomas and KMK does. This is a good time for KMK to pit on another set of mediums to go to the end with. Only done 12 laps on that stint. You can easily do another 12 laps on a fresh set of mediums. What pens do people have? Well, I think Cormac, he picked up 6 seconds throughout the fight. Cormac's on 9 seconds of pens now. Sharpie on 3, Edgar's on 3. Tolly and Thomas also on 3. Wow, 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 wow. That fighting between 2 teammates. If there wasn't a safety car, they'd lost about 8 seconds to Skinner because of the infighting. If they'd been working as a team, just working with each other, taking DRS on each other, just pumping each other ahead, they probably would have been catching Skinner. But because they fought each other, they lost 8 seconds of time. Luckily, this safety car is going to help them quite a bit. Deluxe in a fairly good position, to be fair to him, in P3. But he does have 5 blue cars around him. In Tolly leading the race, Universe on 6 lap old hards going to the end in P2. Deluxe on fresh mediums in P3, and then you've got Thomas, KMK and Skinner all behind him on fresh mediums. They've got Sharpie on 5 lap old hards, and then the rest of the field, Edgar's, Cormac, Feel the Power all on fresh mediums, and then Dan at the back also on fresh mediums. Was that Deluxe going for an overtake on the safety car? No, it's Universe going at the pits. and so has Torley. They both took this opportunity to pit. What's Torley going on to softs? 10 laps on the softs, probably doable. Might be fine coming through this. And Universe putting on a set of fresh mediums. So Deluxe leads, where Sam's going to come out behind two of these white cars of Sharpie and Edgar's. But it wouldn't shock me to see him get that move done fairly early on. Especially with Sharpie being a disconnected car. What is Cormac doing? What is he doing? He's just went for 3 overtakes on the safety car. That is clearly illegal. That is clearly illegal. That is completely against F1 rules. He's just overtaking cars under safety car. I'm really not sure what he's trying to do here. He keeps passing Sharpie as well. I'm quite concerned about this for the restart. I think we've got one more lap of safety car because of how far back Dan is. I'm really not sure what Cormac's trying to do. He is on fresh soft though, Tom. He's on the fastest tyre of everyone on the field. He'll get moves done early. And you've got to bear in mind 3 of the cars in front of him are his teammates that he's going to be able to just push through quite quick. Although he picked up quite a lot of grass there. I'm really confused as to what Cormac's doing. He's fighting a teammate's car right now. I know it's ghosted, but he still keeps going alongside it and stuff, which he just shouldn't be doing on safety car. That's very true, Tom. We have seen to be fair, a very exciting battle between 2 cars for a good 5 or 6 laps. That was some brilliant racing. Some brilliant racing between them. Let me just see what's been happening. Okay, not much. We should be getting the safety car restart this lap. I still can't believe Cormac's went for 2 overtakes in the safety car. The safety car is in this lap as it passes that sector 2 timing line now. Let's see what happens. In fact, we'll go and watch, as we normally do, we'll watch from P3, we'll watch from KMK Smith's POV of how this restart's going to go. It is Deluxe on the restart. It's a ETSR car in front of 4 Decorus cars leading this safety car restart. And he's just launched out of the exit of the chicane, he's gone. KMK was not expecting that, and it doesn't look like Thomas was either. And there is green flags around the circuit now. There's Torley getting an early move on Skinner, as I expected. Thomas and KMK just letting Torley through to go and challenge Deluxe straight away. Some smart racing by the team, to be fair. Lost time to Deluxe, but Torley will be able to close that in rapidly because he's on those fresh softs. Good decision by the team, I think. Universe needs to work his way through the field as well, which it looks like he's going to be doing there as he battles Edgar's. And Edgar's and Cormac next to each other again. We saw what happened last time. Sam with a very nice switchback. Look at him go, getting himself ahead of Edgar's there. And now he's pushing on Cormac. He'll probably be able to get past shortly. Coming through turn 9 and 10 now. Cormac stuck in between a couple of blue cars. Tawley needs to keep pushing. And that is Deluxe spinning out of the turn, which leads to Tawley taking the lead of the race anyway. Thomas in P2, Kim K P3, Skinner P4. And where is Deluxe going to come out? He comes out in P11, falling behind the whole field. Losing control on those mediums. So Tawley is now just going to be able to pull the medium runners with them on those softs using DRS. Sam needs to try and get a move done on Cormac pretty soon though, and Edgars is already 1.6 behind Sam. 1.7. Which could prove to be a bit of an issue for him. Sharpie on 9-lap old hards holding it in P8. Sam trying to do a little bit of offline racing here. Just to, I guess, cool down those tyres a little bit. Not waste so much energy and things like that. Just try and find a position for an overtake. Cormac covering off that inside line this time round. Universe needs to push to get this overtake done, and he's just picked up a penalty though for pushing, but he should be fine once he can get ahead. Cormac goes for the move on Skinner actually, but he goes too far deep. He's now off track. He forces a way back on track alongside Sam. Skinner managed to get back past him, but Sam is going to go around the outside. Deluxe is out the race. He retired coming out of turn 9, and there's Sam getting past Cormac as well. Into the chicane they go. Will Cormac be able to fight back? I don't think he will. There's a VSC. There's a VSC. It's a Decorus 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Currently 2 ETSR drivers out. Okay, Cormac just battling under VSC for some reason. I'm not really sure what he's doing here, and he's going to go alongside again under VSC. I'm not sure if Cormac understands it's illegal to overtake under safety car. Like, this just isn't etiquette under safety car at all, whether it's VSC or not. And he deserves that. He's out the race. Fantastic. That's what you get. That's three ETSR drivers out the race. He made a mistake. I'm not going to complain. Safety car over. The back racing. Green flags all round. Decorus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Dan currently probably set to take P6 on penalties because Edgars has pens. So we've got 6 laps to go. I think we can be pretty calm for the rest of this race. Sam got to be careful there with traction though. I know his tyres will be a little bit heated from battling Cormac, but I'm sorry, he deserved that one. Battling under safety car, just no. Just no. It looks like this race probably going to finish a Decorus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 currently, which would be an absolutely fantastic result for the team in a race we went into kind of blind, to be honest. Although Tom did do a bit of research, I will say, but in reality we didn't really know the strength of this team. Who has fastest lap? I can have a look at that for you. It is Tawley on his soft with a 16.4. I'll go back to interval actually because I can read that one. We'll go back to Sam. He's going to go past Skinner. Just swapping positions there. Skinner on a bit more ARS, so he can hold that position a little bit better. Thomas still holding on to Tawley with DRS as well. KMK kind of in his own little race right now. It is unfortunate, isn't it, Tom? Should be something you can just Google. Skinner still holding in DRS range of Sam, and Dan within DRS range of Edgars now. Oh, for God's sake, Colonel. Cameron has left. Feel the Power takes another a 3-second penalty, so the 3 remaining ETSR drivers all on 3 seconds. Now you've got Universe, Thomas and Tolly all on 3 seconds as well. Dan slowly closing in on Edgar's. He's got 5 laps to go to get an overtake done. And he's just slowly but surely closing in. He's got DRS now, coming down to 4 tenths. Could maybe see him be thinking about a move back onto the main straight. Edgar's does have a lot of ERS though, which Dan will probably be aware of. Thank you, David, for the follow. Dan down. Well, he's growing. That gap's growing a little bit. Actually, coming in through the start of sector 3. Now coming through the chicane. Can he keep it nice and fast on the exit? He's 8 tenths behind, 7 tenths behind. Closing in. He's got the DRS down to 6 tenths behind, 5 tenths behind, 4 tenths behind. He's not going to be able to get a move done, but he's down to 3 tenths behind going into turn 1. He'll probably be getting DRS again through past turn 9. But Dan doesn't really need to worry about pushing right now, as long as Dan doesn't make a mistake. He's got Feel the Power behind him, who also has pens, so as long as he can stay within range, Dan should get P6 out of this. It would be an amazing result for Decorus to get a 1 through 6 here. No, Dan! He's made the mistake! He's picked up a 3-second penalty. He's going to have to get the position on track now. We've got a true battle on. 4 laps to go. He's 4 tenths behind. The clouds are coming in. The game knows there's a true battle coming in. Edgar's on 3 seconds. I can check warnings. There he is. 1, 2. He's 1 warning away from getting another 3 seconds. But Dan's going to get him on track anyway. He's alongside now going down this main straight. Edgar's pushing him to the edge of the track. But some fair racing. He swings back across into turn 1. Dan's around the outside of turn 2 now. And Edgar's makes contact and spins. Coming out of the turn, he loses control of the car. Takes front wing damage. Dan moves up to P6. Feel the Power still on the back of Dan though. So Dan's not out of it just yet. He is there. Oh, he was there. He was next to him. And now he's spun round. 6 seconds to the back of the pack. How many pens? I think he's on 3. Yeah, everyone who's got them is on 3. Dan gets into P6. It's a blue 1 through 6. What a result. 3 laps to go. Lads just need to hold on to this. Dan's still not out of it yet, though. He does have Feel the Power on his back. Let's go and quickly have a look at his race director and see what he's on. He's there. He has 1 warning, I think. No, 2 warnings he's on. He's on 2 warnings. So if Feel the Power makes a mistake, he'll pick up a pen. Dan's trying to break that slipstream, but Feel the Power's sticking to it. Dan takes back to the racing line. Into turn 1, Feel the Power still a little bit too far behind. Let's see if he's going to be able to do anything. I think he's going to be a little bit too far back at the moment, still 3 tenths behind. Any little mistake from Feel the Power in the next 2 laps would see him pick up another penalty. Dan's only just picked up his, so he should be okay now to the end of the race. Tolly and Thomas have switched positions. I wonder who's going to win the race. Feel the Power still 5 tenths behind, even with DRS there. Dan doesn't have much ERS though. Maybe he won't be able to fight back much on the main straight, although he's going to have a bit of a buffer by the looks of things to not have to worry about it too much. Let's see on the exit to the chicane. They've both got a fairly equal exit, to be fair. Feel the Power a little bit behind, 6 tenths behind going at the start of the straight. Let's see how this is going to go. penultimate lap. Dan makes a little mistake there, taking a bit of grass. So Feel the Power's going to go up the inside into turn 1. He takes the P6 position from Dan. Dan not getting the grip behind Feel the Power there. He's going to have 1 lap to go for the overtake, or he needs to push him into a mistake, because I believe he's on 2 Wongans right now. Dan probably could think about getting overtake. They're wrong about equal battery, so this could be just a battle of DRS. In raw race speed, Dan with a very quick exit of turn 9. He's managed to close in a bit more coming through turn 10. They're going to have 1 more run down the main straight. 1 more run down the main straight. And that is Torley falling behind KMK as well. Torley's tyres will be dying at this point. He's done 10 laps on softs. It really doesn't surprise me to see him slowly falling down for his teammates. But it doesn't matter where he finishes. He should be getting a podium. Dan 3 tenths behind. He wasn't able to get the overtake done down that main straight. He's still chasing, 4 tenths behind, coming up to turn 4. He's a little bit quicker in that final sector than last that round. Feel the Power's made a mistake. Dan's going to capitalise on this. He gets alongside. Through turn 5, Dan's ever so slightly ahead. Now they are going to be battling into the next turn. They're wheel to wheel. Dan's going to be forced around the outside. He takes that curb. Now a little bit more bumping between the two of them into turn 9. And Edgars picks up another penalty. Dan and Feel the Power locking wheels throughout much of this sector. Dan getting a slight better exit of turn 8. And Feel the Power spins. Resets to track. Dan moves back up into P6 there. There's some consistent wheel locking there in ETSR. Sharpie now, the leading Sharpie car. As we've seen, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dan coming round to make it 6 positions for Decorus. Sharpie with penalties falls. Feel the Power takes P7. Sharpie P8. Edgars will be coming round to take P9. Cormac Deluxe and Cameron all retiring from this 33 lap race around Spain after spending at least 6 or 7 of those laps battling Edgars. Edgars now doing donuts in sector 3 for a reason. But I mean, GG to most of ETSR. will be. I don't know when our next race is now, to be fair. It's probably going to be GXE next. But the next fixtures haven't been released yet, so I'm not sure what's happening there. We'll have to find out who it's going to be. I think it's going to be BHR actually, from our group, because they're the only one we haven't raced yet. So the next race will probably be against BHR. Could be early next week, but I'm not sure. Obviously, keep an eye on our Twitter. It'll all get announced on there. Make sure you're around. And Edgar's just crashing across the line there. Okay then. We will. Yes, that is right. Actually, next Saturday there is a race for Decorus Future Athletes, which is against JRT's Academy, but I think we will be having a GXE race before that, Tom. That is very true. So there will be a stream next Saturday, 7 PM, Austria and Brazil. And then there'll be probably a GXE race sometime during the week before that as well. So keep an eye on the Twitter. We'll let you know of anything that's happening. And I'll quickly have a look, see if anyone's live. I'm not sure if anyone is. To go and drop a raid to Barrett is. We'll go and raid Barrett. Why not? We haven't spoke to Barrett in a little while. I think that's right. It is. So we'll send you over to Barrett. We'll be back whenever we're back. Keep an eye on our Twitter and follow our newly made TikTok and as well as our YouTube as well, which is now out there. Make sure you go and follow all of them. Decorus Esports everywhere. Totally with fastest lap. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all in a bit.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself.